See, everybody needs money. So bank doesn't give loans to people who don't have good credit. Okay. Bank give loans to people who don't need money and have good credit. Okay. So first you need to build that credit for yourself. And how do you do that? You choose like a doctor chooses. Okay. So position yourself as a doctor. The way you're moving out now, you will not make the money. The game is not about I will try, I will see, I will choose, I might not. This will not make you money. It's just going to waste your time. The problem is not about this. Understand something. If you already knew how to make 2-3 million dirham, you would have made it. Whatever you are
Exactly.
is because of your thoughts of the past. All the experiences, everything has gone in the past, has all been stored in the past as your memory. Anything that you do today, you check subconsciously, what did I do last time, what results did I get, and then you take a decision. So if you anywhere believe that your thoughts have to do anything in terms of building your future reality, then if you're going to be thinking everything from the past, your future is going to be a reflection of your past. Okay, so before we begin, I want to say something uncomfortable but true. Most agents don't fail the market because the market is bad. They fail because their identity collapses under pressure. Especially for off-plan sales in Dubai, market does not reward comfort. It rewards preparation, courage, and clarity. And in 2026, we will be adding around 20 to 30,000 more realtors who would be first focused on selling off-plan market, because that is where it is the easiest, they get the maximum support, and they make the most commissions. So the question is not that who are going to succeed in this market, because it's the for the realtors it is the same launches, it is the same developers, it is the same prices for the property that they are selling. So the question is not will there be buyers. The real question is, will you be the agent buyers will trust under pressure? So in today's training, what we are going to discuss that why 95% of the realtors fail at off plan before the launch even begins. If you stay till the end, I'll give you a proven checklist which we will discuss it on the way, and a clear system what is it that you should be doing and some practical strategies which you can apply immediately. This session is about thinking like the top 10%, not reacting like the 90%. Okay. So before we go in deeper, if you attended any of my previous training, just type one word just so that I know that you've attended it before. And if it is your first time you're attending this, please also type first time. So I want to acknowledge something. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ripin. Attended before. Great. First time, Hamid. Guys, your first time. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll make it worth your time. First time. All right, great. First time attending. Okay. So for the people, third time. Okay, great. So for people who are joining in for the first time, I'll give you a background about myself. My name is Aanant Bisht. I'm personally been a realtor in Dubai. I came to Dubai in 2018, and when I came into the market was very slow. In fact, I had bought my own visa. I moved to Dubai with my complete family, and it was not at all an easy journey. We all talk about the glamour in the day, but when you come back home and you are with your family and nothing is moved, you feel that tension going, that how are we going to pay our bills, what is it going to happen, whether I'm going to make it, I'm not going to make it, how exactly will this business work out for me. And everything was at stakes, because most of us are expats here who come to Dubai for a better life, for a hope and a dream, and we don't want to go back, we don't want to fail and go back. So we have burnt many bridges when we come here, and if things actually don't work out for us, then it doesn't work out for us. So there is always big uncertainty, especially when you are a realtor where there is no salary. There is only one thing, which is your own belief in your own self and Almighty's blessings that probably you will make it. So I got into the same market like that in 2018, and I started focusing on Imar, selling off-plan properties. And in a span of 14 months, I sold over 96 million worth of real estate, made over 2.4 million dirhams in commission. I have had a mix of both very slow months and which were followed by extremely successful months, where not only did I make commissions selling property to people in Dubai, on the in the mall, on the stand, but also on the phone, and people from all over the world. So I've sold property in Brazil to CIA. My client from CIA. I mean, like so many people I've met. And this is the fun part about being a realtor in Dubai, that it gives you a very different exposure, which I'm sure all of you are already experiencing. But my work here, after I left real estate, I became a full-time coach, and I coach people all over the globe. I coach several venture capitalists. I coach people in the Indian cricket team. I coach several Bollywood celebrities. And right now, my focus is to help realtors to get and break their mental ceiling by giving them mindset, belief, and right strategy with skills. Okay. So with that endeavor, I do this webinars every Saturday at 5 p.m. And want to help you guys in terms of what I learned. And if my journey can help anyone, then I'm here to help you. So this community, what I've created, the Realtor One community. This community exists because many of you show up consistently, and consistency, to be honest, is rare in Dubai real estate because everybody goes towards the attention, towards the bling bling. But that is what puts you ahead, because you are investing your time to learn something. Okay. And my work here is to make your next 45 minutes very valuable, so that you learn something about how to sell Dubai off plan real estate. Okay. So let's move forward. Okay. So let's come to the brutal truth. The brutal truth is that there are 60,000 agents already. 20 to 30,000 more are coming in 2026. There are 20 to 30 brokers chasing the same buyer for the same projects or the same, and the realtors have the same projects, same prices, and same launches. Yet only a small number of group consistently sells. The rest of the group doesn't make money. Okay. So off plan is not crowded with buyers, it's crowded with unprepared agents. And what we want to do here is we want to understand how can we make more money in this market. So if you understand, before an off plan launch happens, most agents don't succeed because we don't prospect before the launch, we don't build lead flow early, and we wait for the announcement and then we panic. Okay. It's jumping off a airplane and trying to catch a parachute on the way, and then saying, yeah, our off plan doesn't work, everybody's only working for cashbacks. Okay. Do you guys agree? How many of you have you know faced this kind of a thing where you were not prepared and you got into the off plan launch and you tried to do something, but it worked, it didn't work, but this is what we did, and we used hope as a strategy. So basically, what happens is that off-plan success, if you want to become successful in off-plan projects, you have to start weeks in advance. Because if you keep hope as a strategy, you will be disappointed. The biggest off-plan myth is that there are 20 to 30 buyers behind one unit. That is false. The reality of 2026 is there are 30 agents behind one buyer. And buyers choose the most prepared agent, not the fastest. If you don't sell, it's not because the unit sold, it's because you weren't positioned. The market doesn't reject you, it reflects on you. That is what the bigger problem comes, and that is why majority of the agents fail. So why agents fail? Okay. Agents fail because they're not specialists. Okay. They don't do prospecting early. They have no checklist to follow. They have no scripts, no content, and they have a weak belief that I won't sell this anyway. That is why they are not able to get to the next level. Would you guys agree? How many of you agree to this? Thank you, Ripin, for sharing this. So, okay, thank you guys for the participation. All right. So this is what we need to understand, that how do we prepare ourselves so that we position ourselves in a way where we would sell in the next off plan launch, and how can we become successful? Because let's be honest, people who have been here in the market, they understand that off plan commissions can make you a millionaire. That is the fastest way to earn money for a realtor who knows how to sell off plan. And my work here is to just empower you that how you can sell this better. So, what do top agents do? Let's understand this. So, a top agent plans first. So, when I'm saying a top agent, he would generally position himself as a specialist. So, they would track upcoming launches early. They would say, okay, what is a launch which is going to happen in next 2 months? What all can get launched? They position themselves as a specialist. They break down the brochures line by line. So how do you break a brochure line by line? Use AI to put a brochure. So if I would say that a Valley project comes up, how can we position ourselves as a specialist for Valley? Don't just send the brochures to the clients. Make it a personalized brochure. You can give a simple command to chat gpt, upload the value brochure, for example, or upload any brochure, any project that you're selling, give a prompt, upload your photograph, give a description, and you can change the whole. If you would do this, what will happen is you will be able to get a very personalized attention to the client. Okay, would you guys want me to share you a simple a format like this? Okay, let me share it with you guys. A small background. Okay, okay. So can you see this tab? Okay, so this is a tab which is a Valley phase 2. Simple. You can cut it out and you can put it. Okay, this is for a cash buyer. Okay, put the similar thing. Put your photo, as I've put Adnan's photo here. Okay, this. Okay, private advisory, contact specialist, MR properties. How do you generate this? 10 minutes. Just put a prompt in the chat and you can start sharing this kind of a structure. Does it make sense for you guys? Okay, you couldn't close your deal because of MR, because of that. Okay. So this is what the, yeah. Would you would want a prompt for this? Do you want me to send you the prompt as well? What prompt to use? Hi Sessa, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Sorry for being late.
Yeah, fine. Okay, awesome. So basically, what we are doing here is the top agents who would want to sell off plan, they would break down brochures line by line and they would put multiple prompts. Is it for a cash buyer, mortgage buyer, someone who's an investor? And the brochure can be customized for them. You are anyways going to just imagine if you are going for the next launch of Imar or Vassal or so many other developers who are launching their inventory. And if you just sell 5 million 2 units, that's good enough. Don't try to oversell your units and you don't sell up anything. Okay, so estimate. So top agents, what do? They break down the brochures. They estimate the price and the buyer demand. Okay, they decide who this project is for and who it is not for, and then they create content, and insane volume of content, like insane volume of content. They don't react; they would anticipate. So how would you anticipate? They would create content on the basis of what is going to happen. What would be the FAQs? If I'm going to call up a client today, excuse me, and they're going to say, send me the details. What are the details I'm going to send? Am I just going to forward a brochure sent by the developer? Or am I going to send a video along with it? In 1 minute, let me explain the whole project. And you further break it down. So what what would the agents do? But before that, let me tell you what does the intelligence, how does intelligence pays off in off-plan deals? Okay, so what is intelligence in real estate, especially if you're selling Dubai real estate? because we haven't been here for 60 years. We've been here for 5, 10, 3, 2, 1 year, and we are selling real estate. Okay. So the difference between intelligence here is the number of differentiation that you can offer a client. For example, an agent A knows three features of a villa versus the agent B who knows 20 differentiators of a villa. They understand end user pain, they explain why this home fits their lifestyle. Who do you think is going to sound more safe to them? It's about, like, like if I would give you an example of this pen. Okay, like, what about this pen? Let me just take a marker here. Let's take a marker here. Okay, it's a blue marker. One guy says, agent A says, okay, this is a blue marker, it writes well and it's good. The agent B says, this is a blue marker, it works for 90 days, you have an option to refill the ink, it comes in 5 colors, it is by the top company and gives more features on that. Who do you think is more intelligent at this point? Agent A or agent B? How does a buyer differentiate? By the number of differentiations you can give. Your
मेरा वाला
ability
डिस्कनेक्ट कर यार
to give
मेरा वाला
the number of
डिस्कनेक्टेड है
differentiation will determine whether you will be able to win a client or not, especially for an off-plan deal. Okay, because your depth creates your authority. So a top agent would know bedroom and closet layouts, okay, kitchen storage, practicality, family lifestyle pain points. Like when I was selling that time, Maple and Sidra were 2 years ahead of delivery in 2018. And the Maple, the room size was so small. Like even in Arabian ranches, three when they started the master community, the room size was so small. If you can not call out the room sizes, why should I buy in a townhouse, a 3 bedroom versus 4 bedroom? You need to know your room sizes. Majority of the realtors don't even know the plot area and the built up area, and they call themselves realtors and they call themselves specialists. You are going to lose deals because of this, and then you know what will it all come down to? Sir, I'll give you 4% cashback, please buy from me. So if you don't want that to happen, learn, go deep, and become clear what is it that you would want to sell, because your clarity, your ability to make the differentiations in the project will make you win the client, and not for one time. They will be clients for life, because we've already learned, for people who've already attended before, a buyer is 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 a buyer. The guy who buys iPhone will buy iPhone, iPhone, iPhone. Ferrari, 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 Moblo, 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 Rolex, Rolex, Rolex. Off plan, off plan, off plan. Get the investors. The moment someone buys an off plan property in Dubai, mentally they already make an agreement with themselves that they're going to buy more. Nobody thinks of selling off plan properties and just moving out of Dubai. They all want to come in more and more and more. Would you guys agree? Okay, thank you, Ripin. Absolutely, Neeraj. Okay, thank you guys for your participation. Just so that I know that making sense here. Okay, so this is what we are going to be doing. So the top agents, they are, they understand all these perspectives. Okay, and they don't say that I'm not sure or let me check. This works. They say this works best for end users, not flippers. If they are selling to end users, if they're selling for investors, they would have 10 reasons why should an investor buy. Like the property, the villas don't appreciate. The appreciation happen because of the master plan. Why master plan is more important than the bricks and walls that you're buying. So the way you converse makes you sound like a specialist, and it engages the client. Okay. Second thing, what majority of the realtors don't do is they don't practice their script. I can't emphasize the fact enough that how many times I have personally seen agents who says, no, no, I know. And when the client actually comes, they have not practiced the script. They have not rehearsed it. And they say, yeah, that no, he doesn't want to buy. He doesn't have the budget. And they would blame they would not take responsibility. Confidence is not talent. Confidence can be practiced. If you say what is 2 plus 2,
भाई
it's 4. We all know.
इसको भाई
What
क्या
is
कि कर
8 plus 4, it's 12. We know this because we've learned it. But if the client says, hey, why should I buy this villa versus that villa? If you've not learned it, practiced it, rehearsed it, and you fumble, then even though you answer, but your certainty gives in. And that certainty, because of that, you're not able to get the client to work with you. So, top agents would practice scripts before the launch, prepare objection handling. So, what can be the objection which can come up? Okay. And they would know their pitch flow by heart. Like if MR Beachfront, a new property is coming for the launch now, what should be your pitch flow? Like how many properties from Jebel Ali till Dera you can actually wear your, swimwear and press the button of the lift and land on the beach. Like you need to be so good with your scripts, so good with your pitch that it should make multiple sense. It should have so many ways where you can get the client because your differentiators are more, and that is where the client is saying, "Wow, I think I would do that." So, Neeraj, I'm going to come back to that. How do we do that? That is something that you have to prepare for yourself. Okay, this is what you have to learn if you want to be a specialist and you want to make money. As a especially an offline specialist, because this is where people don't go deep. Okay, so this is the conscious checklist of agents what you guys should do. Okay, you can take a snapshot of this is what, and I will also be sharing a recording for this is what we would do. If you're a top realtor, and you're selling off plan, you would want to personalize brochures, customize pitch per type buyer. You would have 10 reasons why you should buy. Okay, at least 10 reasons you should have why should you buy. So three reasons, like, Dubai is growing, this is all basic. Like, why about that property? Okay, 10 pre-launch content pieces which you pre-recorded. Okay, so that you can share it to your clients as the pitch is going to happen. So today we are going to go down to the seminar, we're going to go down, but the moment you are there, the moment the uh, presentation is over and they say, okay, the inventory is going to be live and these are the price points which are going to come up, prepare yourself like the developers do. Where are your scripts? What are the videos you're going to share? And then cold calling, WhatsApp blast. How many of you guys attended the cold calling webinars and you started doing some cold calls and got some success in that? If I may ask you, just you can drop in a, it worked for me or it didn't work for me. Okay. Awesome, Neeraj. Thank you for sharing. Okay, your follow-up is bad. Okay, work for you. Great. We're going to have a question and answer, but just taking. So cold calling works. Pick up the phone, build that pipeline up, segregate what is there or not. Okay, and move forward. You will get the results. And then you have a follow-up system ready. How do I follow up if someone ghosts me? How do I follow up? Okay, if there are units getting out, how do I follow up? What would happen in the first launch of inventory? Because the developer doesn't release the entire inventory themselves. They would always block some inventory. There are some investor deal which happens. So how does that, how are you going to communicate this? If you don't prepare, you will fail. Success loves preparation. So this is what you guys can do consciously. Okay. Now, this is one part of it. But the top achievers understand that everything is not conscious. There is something which is called the unconscious or the subconscious. So we need to do both conscious activity and subconscious activity. So what is the subconscious activity? The subconscious activity is basically understanding, okay, understanding what is in the mind which is going to go, what are the beliefs. So many agents do everything right, yet the deal collapses at the last minute. Why? Because your identity does not match the deal size. Your mind rejects what it doesn't believe you deserve. That's why many of the realtors I meet say, Anandai, or I was there, I signed the deal, but at the last moment, they went with another agent, or they asked for 4% cash back, or I couldn't do the deal, or the deal collapsed, they did not come up with the next money. 100 reasons. Because it is not just the conscious effort which is going to make you money here in Dubai. It's also about your subconscious identity. You don't attract what you want, you attract who you actually are. Okay, so if you so you need to get your subconscious identity very clear, like who am I operating as. If you don't believe that you can sell a 10 million villa or a 20 million villa or a premium off plan unit, your tone will be weak, your follow up will soften, your courage will collapse, and the deals will break silently. Your income cannot exceed your self image. So you need to be very, very clear about, why am I selling whatever I'm selling? Do I even believe that I can sell this? Because if you are not going to believe in it and you're just going to pitch in, you will not be able to, close that units. Because identity is not built by results. Identity is built by programming. It can be done consciously, or it can be done, the programming can be done by your circumstances. So you must install the beliefs that I can sell this, I can close this offline units. Okay, you have to visualize your successful conversations before, and also conversions. You have to have continuous affirmations that I'm lucky, I'm always at the right time, I always find the right buyers, I'm a magnet for elite clients. Dubai loves me. Clients love me. I'm a specialist. My knowledge is respected and rewarded by commission. I mean, like, this has to be your DNA. So these are your affirmations. And then you rewire emotional comfort with money. Okay, that alignment is what people call luck. Because luck is when preparation actually meets your belief. If you don't believe that you are lucky, if you believe that clients are going to ghost you, if you the chances of them ghosting will become very high. So your identity is your seed. If you are going to sow apple seeds today, you will get an apple tree tomorrow. If you're sowing apple, you will not get orange. If you do activity without the beliefs, you are trying to get apple, but actually you will not get it, because you're putting a lot of effort. But the problem is the seed, the problem is the belief, the problem is the identity. So this is what you need to get it right. Okay. So winning formula is conscious, get your checklist, scripts, and volume, what you're going to do. And for subconscious, it is belief, identity, and confidence. When both of them will align, your courage will increase, your volumes will sustain. And off plan rewards courage. So I would say that courage is the most important thing in life. Okay. 99% people succeed in life not because of anything else but courage. In fact, I would even put courage ahead of skills as well, because if you have courage, you will build the beliefs, and you will uh, you know be able to do things, acquire things, because you have the courage. Off plan does not reward comfort or overthinking of fear. Many people have met, no, no, I need to be at a certain level, only then I will sell off plan. You don't need to be at any level. You just need courage. It rewards courage, follow up, volume. Would you guys agree to this? Who wants more courage? Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for sharing this. So this is what we are doing. Majority of the people, yeah, knowledge is a must. Agreed. But if you don't have courage, how many people have knowledge? So many people have knowledge today. Knowledge is free. Everything you can ask Chat GPT, Gemini, Google. Knowledge has no value. In fact, in 2026, what has value? Clarity. Clarity is power. Courage is everything, actually. Courage makes you take decisions. You were courageous somewhere, that's why you are Realtors in Dubai. If you did not have the courage, you wouldn't be here. So courage is important. How many people just keep thinking that I want to, oh, you guys make a lot of money, but actually they haven't taken a step because they don't have the courage. So build more courage, get into understanding what does it take. Okay, so this is what we are going to be doing. So it rewards courage, follow up, volume, and identity. Okay, so volume makes failure impossible. This is also one of the things that I would want to highlight on, that how much volume is required. You can't say that, oh, I tried, yeah, but I failed. First launch, you will fail. The thing about life is greatness rejects all first time applicants. You will be rejected. You will not succeed in the first go. It'll just not work for you. If you are coming to the first launch and you feel you're going to win, you will not win. You will fail. The idea is not about failing. The idea is, what did I learn from that failure? How much effort did I put in? If I have learned something, I'll go in the next launch much more prepared. So Arabian Ranch was getting launched, and I really put in a lot of effort at that time in 2019 early. Yeah, or 2018 end or 2019 early, where I just wanted to sell that unit. First launch happened, I couldn't sell any, just couldn't sell any. But I did a lot of volume. I did cold calls, WhatsApp blast, meeting people, nothing worked. But because of that, when the next launch came in Joy, I sold three units, one four-bedroom corner and two three-bedroom townhouses. Because you get prepared, you get ready, you have a story to tell. Because you're also a specialist, you know what is the size of the bedroom, you know what is the washroom size, you know what exactly is going to happen, you know where the park is, you know how the whole community is going to get developed. If I wouldn't have sold, I would have sold in the next one. But you guys understand, if you are becoming a specialist for a developer, Dubai South, any place, there are going to be several launches coming up. Go all in. And when you go all in, probably you'll not make it in launch one. Probably you might just break in launch two. But if you are consistent, you will definitely start getting some sales in three and fourth. And by the time the community gets ready with the first, you will be the specialist in that area, and you will can make money lifelong if you're just consistent in one area or one community. Volume compounds trust. Don't say, I made 5 videos, nobody saw it. Nobody cares about those 5 videos. Make 100 videos, make 200 videos, make 500 videos. If you have to succeed, why would you stop? Why would you give an excuse? How many of you guys know me? I probably know me since last, or heard about me since last 3 weeks or this year. You've heard about me. If you can just put it in the chat. Great. Okay. Thank you, Tilak. Thanks, Ajay, for sharing this. Okay, so Ripin, and I know you've been watching me for 1 week. Okay, 2 days ago, great. I have done probably 700 videos in 2025. Yet you just came to know about me 2 days back. I've been talking about beliefs and identity for the whole 2025. We built a community for realtors where we are around 1,500 strong realtors only of Dubai. By 2026 end, my goal is to have 10,000 or 15,000 realtors in our community so that we can learn together. And we are a force where we are having to upgrade our identity. But at that time, also, people would just be learning about you. Why are you saying that, oh, I tried everything and I got lost and nobody saw me? Oh, I couldn't sell. It's not for me. There are too many buyers for a unit. Wrong. Go all in. Go all in. Okay, so be consistent, be in that zone where you have to probably do whatever it takes for you to be successful, and just don't stop. These are a couple of those things that makes a realtor succeed versus making a realtor not able to do things, because they don't do volume, they just practice stuff, and they think that I did everything, but it doesn't actually work. Okay, so this is what we'll be doing here, and I'm just sharing my screen again. So the common limiting belief are for the realtors is, I won't get a slot, someone else will sell, there are too many brokers, I'm not good at off plan. These beliefs kill deals before the client does. Have you heard these kind of things coming out from yourself or from your colleague realtors? Thank you guys for sharing in. Absolutely, because this is what we do. Subconsciously we do this, we don't intend to do it, but we do this. What are we doing here? We are sabotaging ourselves. Belief without talent goes further than talent without belief. If you have a belief that you will sell, you can acquire the right clients, you can acquire the right skills. But if you don't have belief, even if you are talented, you will not sell. Okay, so before I move forward, I just want to take you down and just make you aware about what I am doing in a million dirham club. So this, let me pause here for a minute, and I'll cover only one. See, I cover only one topic every Saturday. But to become a top realtor, you must master many skills, including your identity. That's why MDC exists. So if you are tired of like inconsistent deals, small commissions, feeling stuck, MDC is your breakthrough. Inside MDC, I don't coach you. Like I coach you personally. It's a 1:1 where I am calling out your beliefs and I'm changing your beliefs. I will teach you exactly how the top closers operate and how you should operate because everyone's DNA is different. You won't attend every session live here. Some of you will watch the recordings, but understand this clearly. Webinars create awareness, and my goal here is to bring that awareness where you can take some action as well. But if you really want to get into that million dirham commissions, then this MDC will show you how to do this. Because MDC members, they show up consistently, they have invested in themselves, they understand that it's important for them. Their self-worth is already changed because they are understanding what the buyers can think and how can they tackle it even before the buyer thinks something is going to come in. That's why they win. But again, this is not for everyone. This is for realtors who are done trying and failing alone. Okay. So if you guys think that you want to be part of the MDC, my team has just put in a link here. You can fill in the scorecard if you guys qualify. We are anyways going to be closing our MDC very soon. So if you think that you want to really upgrade your story, I have a very simple offer. Make 120, sorry, in 120 days, make 500,000 dirham commission by from changing your identity and breaking your income ceiling. Okay, so this is what the MDC is all about. Okay, moving forward, just doing some quiz just so that we understand where we what we've learned so far. Okay, this time we just put few questions in the quiz. Okay, so which one is currently blocking your personal off-plan success the most? I don't prospect enough before calls, before launches, sorry, or I don't feel confident selling premium off-plan properties, or I don't have a clear script and checklist. D, I lose consistency after rejection. Okay, A, don't have, okay, great. Okay, thank you for sharing. Tilak, C and D, Sneha, okay. Okay, thank you guys for sharing this. So what we are what happens here? There are lots of developers. So Naved, first of all, I would like you to go through the prior webinars. Become a specialist. Don't go into that attention zone. Claim one developer where you want to focus yourself in. If you want to make a million dirham and you put an average commission of 100,000 dirhams, you just need 10 deals in a year. Okay, so you can do 10 deals with Imar, with Ellington, with Nakhil, with Damac, with any developer. There's so many, Shobha, so many of it, developers are present. You just have to choose one developer and then go all in. Okay, and then you would know when you're working with a developer that what is it that you should be doing before. So once that happens, then it becomes very easy for you. Okay, so if you answer more than one, that's not a problem. That's exactly why most agents stay stuck. Okay, so once you start becoming aware that okay, this is something that I was not doing, makes you understand that this is what you should do more of. Does it make sense? All right. Okay, so type in the chat yes or no. Okay, if a 10 or a 15 million off plan buyer walks in today, do you internally feel you are the right agent for them? Okay. See, this is where you understand. This is where we lose the deals. This is where, so now just put that 10 million. Thank you for sharing, Kapil. Okay. Sayed, no. Okay. Thank you for sharing, being honest. See, this is where we. So now, if you want to level up, if a 50 million off-plan buyer walks in today, do you feel you're the right agent for them? Thanks, Peter, for sharing this. Awesome. So this is, you understand. Yes, 50. Okay, this is where we go wrong. This is where the identity comes in. Probably I don't want to sell to a 50 million. I don't want to. I just want to sell this 10 million to 100 people. So this is where we go wrong. This is where we need to prepare ourselves. This is where the identity kicks in. Okay. So if your answer is no, then no script, no brochure or developer will save that deal. This is not a sales issue. This is an identity issue, because you don't close deals above your self image. You have to upgrade your self image, and then you will see that deals are going to come in, because 90% fail because they avoid preparation, volume, and identity work along with courage. And let me be honest with you, if you really want to make a lot of money as a realtor, start loving doing boring stuff. Creating content can be boring. Doing those meetings can be boring. Doing cold calls can be boring. The money is in doing boring things. MR is making the same boring apartments. Even they don't even change the name of majority. They are not even innovative with the names, if I would say, at many times. This is the same similar kind of names which come up. The money is in doing the boring stuff. So decide and then commit fully. Okay. And once you do that, then you will see that the results will start changing for you. Okay. So if I may ask, drop in the chat with one sentence, the one thing that hit me today, that changed my thinking. The one thing that hit me today, what is it for you guys? You've invested last 40 minutes with me. It's an identity. Thank you so much for being honest, Prachi. Self, thank you so much. Doing boring stuff. All right, Tilak. Rima, both. Must prepare before the launch. There's a lot to learn. Okay, great. Yeah, you can do this preparation. Thank you, Meher. Preparation. Awesome. And one thing that you will focus on from tomorrow, from now onwards, preparing content before the launch. Okay, and preparation. Success loves preparation. Thank you so much for sharing this. Do the boring stuff, cold calling. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing all this. Awesome. I love this. Okay, so off-plan success is not luck, it's alignment. That is your identity, and then followed by your activity volume, and it will bring into income. The market is watching you. If you don't have an identity, you don't have to convince anybody. You just have to convince yourself who you are. And then when you act with that perspective, everything will change for you. Your future is created by what you do today. Okay, so I'm open for question and answers now. Let me know if you have any questions, just so that I understand you better, and I'm happy to answer any questions. We have 10-15 minutes with us here. You can unmute and ask your question. Okay, how can you get cold calling recording? Okay, my team is going to put in the cold calling recording here. You can just uh, put that cold calling recording here. Okay, what is the new rule for posting? So if you're creating content, you need to get a license for creating content. Please get the license. This is for all Dubai residents. You need to have a license of your own before you start creating content, so that you don't get any fines.
Anant,
Yes,
I have a question.
Yes, Prachi, please go ahead.
So, you say a lot about the content, the kind of content that has to go around. It has to be in sync with your personality and with your inner belief. Could you give a
Correct.
little pointers about so that it doesn't get boring and lost in the sea of content that everybody's consuming?
For example, what would we do for a content? We would talk about a content based on certain very clear specifics. So this is something from my Million Dirham Club perspective, where I'm just sharing my screen here just for you guys to know. Okay, so this is a content strategy that we created for Peter. So he's selling property which is commercial. So your content has to be having these 5 pillars. It should be evergreen, controversial, growth, viral latching, and having a value system pillars. So introduction, Dubai commercial real estate is one of the fastest growing segments. So this is about basic structure. Okay. Positioning him as a consultant, as an advisor, not as an agent. Positioning him like a market authority and being considered as a trusted agent, not just a listing repeater. Okay. So we would create evergreen. So we would create content on these 5 pillars here, where he would start positioning himself as a specialist. So evergreen content can be something like which the purpose is to attract investors, position as an expert, build trust, and answer big questions business owners have. So create videos on how to choose the right commercial space for your business. What investor must know before buying a warehouse, if he would do warehouse or grade A or grade B offices, depending upon what he's doing. 5 mistakes businesses make while leasing offices. How to calculate your ROI in commercial property. So I'm just giving you some idea. Okay. Then you can have some controversial content. This can be like 90% of the people overpay for commercial real. So you have a whole structure about how you can create content. Okay. And once you start creating content in a regular way, you have to do your own brainstorming, get understanding about what content will work, and then go all in. Okay. So this is something you will have to figure it out on your own, but I'm just giving you some background knowledge about how you can create content. Does it make sense for you, Prachi?
I have one question.
Yeah, please
Thank you
tell
so
me,
much,
Fiza.
Anand.
Yeah.
Okay, so if any offer is there and there is a little bit difference, and the seller is not accepting that offer, although it's a very little bit, not you can say little bit, but yes, there's you can say for suppose 35, 40,000 difference, 50,000 difference in the offer and the seller asking. And there can be a deal, but seller is not accepting. So what should we do? Like, we have to push the buyer. Maybe he's like, no, I don't want to go up from this price, from this offer, and seller don't want to decrease the selling price. What should we do in the negotiation of that part?
Okay. So here the part comes in terms of something which is called as influence and control. Okay. If you do not have the skill set to influence the seller or the buyer, you will not be able to make it move. The work, the many of the deals I've seen get stuck up in ego, where they don't want to come down and or they don't want to move up. Okay. So Fiza, have you done the invisible influence program which I had created? Have you
No,
registered? Okay.
no,
So
no.
it's a free program. In the third or the fourth section, there is something which is called as a echo technique. In that, this is a way where you understand what is the real reason that the buyer wants to buy something or the seller wants to sell something. If you really understand and build a very strong rapport with the client, it's a free program. My team will put in the link. Do it. It's in the third or the fourth module. Do that part. You will get a lot of access in terms of skills, and then you will be able to actually move it. So if you know that the real reason is because they want to move with their daughter outside somewhere, or then you can say, just 30,000 dirham, would you want to just wait for another 1 month or 2 months before next offer comes, and not give that time to your daughter who is waiting for you in Canada, and probably you want to move out there, or you want to send the money to her? I don't know, whatever can be, but you need to get to the basics. If you don't know their pain points, so no pain, no sale. Get their pain and resonate. Okay. Do this program, and then you can come back and ask me if you have any questions then. Sounds
How to
fine?
get, yeah, yeah, sounds fine. And how to get this
Yeah,
program?
my team has already put it a link here. Just attend that. It's free. Go through it. There are 8 modules, 7 modules. Go through it. This is the link for the program. It's free of charge. Go through it. It's in the third or the fourth module. Complete that. You will get a lot of value from it. Okay. And you
Mm,
will exactly know how do you influence a client, how do you build that strong rapport with him, so
mm.
that in one deal they put you ahead of every other realtor. So this is something, the program I created. This is the same strategies I have used. It worked for me, it worked for many others. Use it. You will understand the value of it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hi, hi,
I
Navid,
have a
tell me.
question. Thank you for your webinar first. I know you told us to just choose one developer, but just imagine this scenario. I received
Mm-hmm.
some leads. For example, he or she has a budget around 1 million.
Okay.
Okay, so she couldn't buy anything in MR because less
Mm-hmm.
than 1.7 is not available in MR. Why
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't I suggest her or him, Vincatore, Samana, or some other developers?
Okay. So Navid, if I may ask you, like, what is your goal of doing real estate?
Make money.
Make money. Okay. And do you want to do this for a short term or you want to do it for a long term?
Yeah, of course, long term.
Long term. Okay. So
But
just position.
I need to live. I need money.
Need money.
Yes, you get my point.
Okay. See, everybody needs money, but the money, so bank doesn't give loans to people who don't have good credit. Okay. Bank give loans to people who don't need money and have good credit. Okay. So first you need to build that credit for yourself. And how do you do that? You choose like a doctor chooses. Okay. So position yourself as a doctor, Navid. Okay. And if I'm a pediatrician, a patient comes to me and says, I'm having a headache. I says, I'm a pediatrician, I take care of kids. He says, no, but you're a doctor. You've done the stuff. Yeah. You can just tell me now, what should I do? But I am not the doctor for the headache. If you will understand this, you will realize that the people who are at the top level, the top tier, why do they make most money? Generalist makes the least money. The specialist and the expert makes most money is because they have gone deeper in understanding. If you're getting a buyer for 1 million dirham, you will spend so much time servicing that client that eventually you'll not make the money which you could have made by telling no. I've posted a link in the community today about what are the 4 types of buyers and how to choose a buyer. Did you go through that video, Navid?
Yes, yes. 1 hour
Okay.
before I watched that video, I
Yeah.
fully
So
understand. Yes,
so what happens there? If you'll find cheap clients, it'll waste your time. If you'll find difficult clients, it's going to waste your time. You need to be smart enough in understanding, are they the sophisticated clients who are going to buy through you, or are they the affluent clients who are buying for feeling? Because if they are them, then what happens? You service them, you make them feel good, and they'll buy from you, because rich people don't buy for need, they buy for feeling, right? So
yes,
to answer this question, first become a specialist. If you have so much knowledge about a developer, a project, you can convert that client into that developer. Even though they would say, no, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, but you can say, but you should buy this. Okay, this would be my answer. But now, if you want to run around, then you'll not be a specialist. And if that client doesn't work, then you'll say, oh, yeah, 45 days wasted or 20 days wasted. Because it's not about the money, it's about your time. You can make more money in the future, but you will not get the time back. And you will not make the money if you don't invest your time in the right place. Does it make sense?
yes, it does. Thank you so
All right.
much. I get your point.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Okay, Prachi, you shared that video. Okay, it's there in the group. So I'm adding this video. This is a video I made last year, just so that you understand what kind of clients you should work with. Okay. So this community is open. If you have friends and you are part of a team, you would want your team to be part of this. We are doing free webinars so that everybody can level up. I'll ask my team to join in the group. Otherwise, Dave is the uh, specialist for managing this group. You can reach out to Dave, and he can help you add more realtors in the group so that all of us can benefit. Okay, so some of your colleagues who want to learn, you are a team leader, you want your whole team to be here. uh, we are absolutely happy to take questions here. Yes, anybody else? Okay, so types of clients, please share. Okay, so there are 4 types of clients. CD. Okay, that's a whole video, you can just watch it. It's like a 4-minute video. Okay, it's there in the group. Okay, anybody else? Last question before we sign out today. So we would just want to take a poll here, just so that it makes us understand better. Okay, if you could just guys, quickly take a quick poll here and let us know that how did this, how would you rate this webinar? So Tilak, there is a whole follow up. I'm sorry if I hope I'm just pronouncing your name correctly. First of all, the way to properly follow up is I've created a whole script. There's an ebook on cold calling. We have put that ebook in the group. In that ebook there are exact scripts which you can use for doing cold calls, and you can also, there are scripts given for follow-ups. Now this is a basically a blueprint, but you can of course make your own edits and changes depending on your personality type. Like how would your personality be? Helps you do the follow-ups. We will take up follow-up session in this evening. And also, I would like you guys, if you could tell me what more topics would you want the webinar trainings to be, if you can put it here, we'll run a poll, and then we can, you know, create more training webinars for you guys to learn. And we'll take a poll on that. So if you have any topics in mind, please share the topics on which you would like the webinars to be done in the future. Yes, yes. Some, yeah. Somebody was asking a question. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Anand, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I am working. I am working as a realtor off-plan project in all Dubai. Should I choose a one area, one two specific areas for the off-plan, or I supposed to be go all over the area in Dubai?
Okay. Okay, thank you for asking this question, Sikandar. Just so that I understand you better, how long have you been a realtor?
1.5 year.
1.5 years. And like you've been a, you know, you've been selling almost everything. That's what you're saying. How is it working for you? Selling everything.
Yeah, so far good. I have been like 4 months ago. I did not do any kind of deal. So before it was going very well. So I want to choose two three specific areas like they have some potential like ELRC, Production City, Vessel Gate, and Dubai South.
What is your goal for 2026?
In 26, I have a goal 3 million dirham.
3 million dirham. What?
Yeah.
How are you going to, go after this goal? What is your strategy?
Yeah, gradually I want to go ahead.
Have you made a million dirham in 2025?
Yeah, I am trying my best to do I will become a 3 million dirham. At least I am trying of it. At least I will get a 1 million.
Okay. No. So see, understand something. The way you're moving out now, you will not make the money. The game is not about I will try, I will see, I will choose, I might not. This will not make you money, Sikandar. It's just going to waste your time. The problem is not about this. Understand something. If you already knew how to make to 3 million dirham, you would have made it. Whatever you are
Exactly.
is because of your thoughts of the past. All the experiences, everything has gone in the past, has all been stored in the past as your memory. Anything that you do today, you check subconsciously, what did I do last time? What results did I get? And then you take a decision. Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
So if you anywhere believe that your thoughts have to do anything in terms of building your future reality, then if you're going to be thinking everything from the past, your future is going to be a reflection of your past. Does it make sense? Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
now if you've not made 3 million before or a million before and you want to make a million in the future, you will not be able to make it till the time you don't change what you are doing in the future. Because
exactly.
your success will come from the unknown. It cannot come from the known. If it would had to come from the known reality, it would have already come to you. Make sense? So
Yeah,
what has to
makes
change?
sense.
You have to understand. Let me just ask you a very simple question. If you only focus on Shobha, only focus on Shobha,
Okay.
and you sell 30 units for Shobha in 2026, do you have to sell Damac? Probably no.
No, yeah, exactly.
Probably MR, no. I want to just focus on, I just want to sell 30 units. I'll get 3 million if I sell one unit for 100,000 dirham. That's it. Does Shobha
Yeah,
have 30 units to sell in 2026?
I will not go any other developer. Yes.
Absolutely. So what my suggestion is that if you have only one developer, they're coming up in Abu Dhabi, they are there in us. I mean, like you have so much inventory. Just 30 inventory if you sell in a year. So what should you be doing? According to me, stop sitting in your office, go down to the sales center, make your sales center your office for 4 days a week, spend 2 hours, 3 hours every day, learn the project, learn the developer, make relationship with the salesperson there, create content every day. Tell yourself that you're a specialist for Shobha. Why should people buy Shobha? Why people are not buying Shobha? Difference between Shobha and MR and Shobha and Demak and Shobha and Nakhil and Shobha and Miras. Okay. How does it work for Asians? How does it work for Africans? How does it work for Europeans? Make insane content. And then
Okay.
when the launch comes, you run ads, you get the buyers. Because you're talking only about Shobha, the buyers will be interested to talk to you because you're a specialist, versus them coming to your page and then 20 other developers, the realtors are also pushed by Instagram, and then those queries are waste. So you go all in, you keep continuously doing what you are doing. Probably first 4 months you don't make money, but then you will make insane amount of money. You can sell Bingati and make a millionaire, become a millionaire. You don't need so much. You just want to make a million, just a million, just 1 million you want to make. 10 deals only. If you sell everything, you sell nothing. If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. Sikandar, am I making sense for you?
Yeah.
Do I
Yeah.
answer your question?
Yeah, making sense.
Bro, you position yourself, title yourself, go all in. Go all in. Go all in. That would be my suggestion. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Anand, do we have
Okay.
time for
Thank
one
you.
quick question?
Yeah, yeah. Tell me, Prachi.
Okay, quick one. So sometimes what happens is when your client comes, especially from the ones who are
Mm-hmm.
coming from abroad, they expect a
Mm-hmm.
very holistic view of the whole landscape of Dubai, right?
Fair enough.
And they want you to tell them why should they take this versus this. Of course, you have analyzed them, you vetted them, whether they want to make
Right.
money by passive income or whatever, all those parameters are done.
Yeah.
So is it a good strategy to position one developer against the other? Because you've let's say by virtue of having 15 years of experience in this thing, been an investor, developer's daughter, and all of those things, right? So we know the exact inside out of a lot of developers. Is it a good
Mm-hmm.
idea? Because at some point later then we'll have to say something nice depending on what the other developer is coming up. Let's say the project is very good, but as a developer
Correct.
they're overpriced, right? So
Correct.
is it a good strategy to do that, or will we falter at some point?
So just so that I understand you better, what you are saying, Prachi, is that if a overseas client comes down to Dubai and they are looking for a holistic view, should we position one developer over other developers?
Let's say
And
they want to
what?
buy a kitty of things. So I
Okay.
tell them buy this based on their requirement. But then at some
Mm-hmm.
point, I find myself getting faulted. Oops, I already said, let's say I said Shobha is overpriced, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I said that. Then I know
Mm-hmm.
that Shobha is launching something new, which is fabulous. Of course, their quality is
Mm-hmm.
great. How do I
Mm-hmm.
take a turnaround and come and like it? I sound inconsistent.
Okay. So there are multiple ways how you can answer this, how I would take this approach. It all depends upon what this person is. So this person is a cash buyer, mortgage buyer, wants to move in a family, wants to do. In Dubai, there are four kinds of clients who come in. Okay. This is not the type of client. These are four kinds of clients. So A, you are selling it to locals. B, you are selling it to people who are going in and going. So they are coming here for business and going out. Three are expats who are based in Dubai. Okay. And fourth are just tourists. They're not doing any business there here. So once you identify this, there are different pitches for each of them. Okay. Once you identify, that is what we do in a 1:1, where you understand very clearly, like what is it that we would want to really go in, because this requires mindset, skill set, and beliefs that if I stand for this, people will buy it. Okay. And for example, if this gentleman is a tourist, now for him to do, my pitch would be very simple. So Dubai is one of the most visited countries in terms of graph in last 7 years. It is just third in the whole world, which is getting the maximum tourist. So if you want to make money in Dubai, your investment should be aligned with the vision of Dubai, and that is tourism. So if your properties don't have these three views, I would suggest don't invest, and we should definitely have one in our portfolio. So what are the three things that a property should have? It should have a Burj view, or it should have a golf view, or it should have a beach view,
Yeah.
sea view. If you don't have this, you will not get the tourist coming in, and your property investment will not align. A. Now we sell them, we segmentize it, and then whatever developer we are specializing in, we pick up their best inventory. If the budget is not a concern, we would suggest them a kitty of units there. Pick up a floor in MR Beachfront. Pick up a floor in Downtown Views, where you have a whole view of the, or pick up a floor. So why I'm talking about a floor? It's your identity. How are you going to position yourself? Okay, and say, "Nah, floor is too much." Okay, just pick up two apartments and it's fine. You can pick and choose now. Now, if the person is saying that I'm coming from, I want to move my whole family here, then the everything changes.
Pitch is different.
Oh, so you are looking for a place where you would like the your family to grow. You are looking for a place where
Community.
they're going to call it a home forever, and they want to have a sense of belongingness. So now the pitch changes, and now structure is very different. So you look at District 1, look at, so
Dubai
now everything
Hills.
changes. Yeah. So that's a very detailed kind of a question, answer what you're looking at, because I don't know who the buyer is, what they're looking at. Okay, so
Right.
but you understand my point. If you
Yes.
put that up together, then you can categorize it better. But you need to have
Right.
the mindset and beliefs that you can sell anything, and whatever you say is
Yeah.
right. If you will not believe it, now you're going to go for a spin and then say, "Nahi yaar, maine se bol diya. I told." It will not happen then.
Yeah. Sometimes you kind of falter in your own belief. You're kind of like go back and forth,
Yeah.
and that.
So I sold Act 1, Act 2, 3 bedrooms. I sold three bedrooms in majority of the units in Nimar. And I was able to sell majority bigger units when everybody else was selling 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom, because my pitch was different. Because I wanted to make money and I could convince them why should they buy 3 bedroom versus a 2 or a 1. Okay.
Right.
And some people bought still 2, but majority has sold them a bigger unit size. Your pitch, your conviction, and you give them so many differentiation that they will themselves say, and because nobody else is pitching that, you anyway stand out. All right, make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
All
Thank you.
right. All right. Yes, Ekjot, last question. How are you?
Yeah, hi, I'm good. Anand, nice to speak to you again.
Yeah.
Anand, I operate from Delhi.
Yes, yes, I
My
know, I know.
client base is in
Yeah, you
Delhi.
told me. Yes.
So, so is it a very good idea? Because for content creation, I won't be traveling to Dubai every time, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I understand I can make a different kind of some infographic based reels or something like that content.
Mhm.
But my question is, if I focus on one area, one developer, wouldn't
Mhm.
that conflict with because the kind of deal I have done, the last deal, it was 20 cr, 5 units, all in different developers, two Damac, one Azizi, one Ellington, one Aldar. So
Okay.
I was able to do that because I was not aligned with one. So,
Okay.
I mean, would that hamper with that kind of vision if I am, let's say, people know me for Damac townhouses, right?
Okay.
That's what I find very good and I want to pursue. But
Mhm.
if I tomorrow, advise them to maybe just for investment purpose or just for, for rental income, I advise them a studio or maybe 1 bedroom in some other area with some other developer. Wouldn't that
Mhm.
conflict or contradict with my image that I am trying to create?
Okay. So one thing, Ekjot, just so that I understand you better, you are you selling independently, or you have a team of people to sell together?
No, I am aligned as a sales partner with a company.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So Ekjot, how I would want to take this is on the front end, in terms of creating content, I will only create content of one specific developer or a area or a structure. If I'm selling villas, I would only position myself as a specialist for villas in Dubai. If I'm focused as a specialist for DMAC on the front end, that's the branding part, because it becomes
Okay.
easier for me to segregate to the strangers. On the back end part, I can sell anything.
got it. So
Okay,
in backend,
but
I have to be informed about all other areas and all other developers.
that's fine. See
Otherwise,
what happens now. You are sitting in Delhi. You're thinking that it is, you need to know everything. It is not true. It is actually not true. You just need to know enough so that you are able to sell that. Enough is the word. Okay.
I
So that
understand.
differentiation, because you cannot know everything. You cannot know everything. It's impossible. The way Dubai is growing, it will be impossible. 30,000 more agents are going to come up. How are you going to specialize and, come up with more differentiation in Tilal Algaf or, other areas which you are not even focused on DIP or Medan and, so many other places? How will you focus there? So then you build your own network of realtors who say, okay, if you want secondary, I can get you a unit. You build your own network base there. Okay. With your
Of
realtors.
course.
Okay. But focus on the front end, only one branding image. Okay. So like Peter, Peter is a specialist for commercial real estate in Dubai. If you guys are looking at leveraging any of your client deals, you can reach out to Peter. He has a lot of back-end inventory, secondary inventory, and primary he's focused on. But if he gets a client who wants to buy off plan or whom he thinks he can sell off plan, he won't hold back. Yeah, he'll go and sell them. Right, Peter?
Sure. Sure, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is
Absolutely,
how
absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. So this is how we've been working. And how many of, because of that commercial part, how many of now you are able to get people for the residential part as well? If you could share, Peter.
So
Of course. I
it
understand.
happened.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
It happened with me today. I went out with my client who wanted to look at commercial for his offices. So went to a nice location, grade A offices in just outside of DIFC. It's called Soul by Lux, and they also have a Soul. They have a Soul Levante, which is at JVT, which also works well for him. So he wanted to buy one apartment for one of his managers. So now we're looking at a combination of two offices and one apartment. So it all works out. Yeah, finally it does.
Yeah. So just the front end, the branding has to happen, because the moment you become a specialist, then they consider
Yes,
you as a specialist. The
yes,
moment you are a doctor, that means you're a doctor.
absolutely.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
means my whatever identity I'm trying to create, that won't interfere with actually what I'm trying to sell
Absolutely, it
in the
won't. It'll
long
only
run.
boost. Yeah, it'll only boost it. Okay. Yeah.
Sure,
Thank you
sure.
so much for
Thank
sharing.
you so much.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm just signing out. Anybody else? Any question?
Last question, if I possible. Could you please tell me, to be able to compare other developers with the one I work with, how much should I keep know about them, and how deep should I go? Because I don't want to be a specialist in everything, but
Can't become a
maybe I have
specialist
to
everything. Now
compare.
it depends upon the developer size, Navid. So if you are talking about Samana, or if you're talking about Dugasta, if you're talking about a developer who is a single developer, who've done a couple of projects, it's easier to become a specialist. But if you're looking for a developer like Imar, now it's like a vast jungle. Okay. If you're looking at Shobha, it's a jungle now. What area will you become a specialist in? Right. So it will all change according to the area. Okay. So hang in here, connect next week, and we'll learn more. All right. Thank you so much for guys joining in. Thank you guys for taking the poll as well. And wish you all the very best. Take care of yourself.
Thank you. Good night to all.
Good night,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Anand. Thank you.
Thank
Didn't see
Bye.
the
you.
poll.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr. Anand. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, G, for joining. Thank you,
Thank
Rukmini.
you, Mr. Anand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Anand sir.
Most welcome, sir. Thank you so much for joining in.